Yes.
Maharaj, I've been thinking about, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's bhajan.
Yes.
And this is the whole mystery to me about this Nityananda Tattva, Janava Mata Tattva, and Ananga Manjari Tattva.
Yeah.
And why at the end was it so much emphasized by him, this, approaching Nityananda and Janava Mata? Many times he mentioned this. And this connection with Ananga Manjari. If there's Roop Manjari, then, what is the connection of Ananga Manjari also coming in and, being a follower of that camp or,
Yeah.
That's always been a consideration.
Yes.
Thought.
Yes. Wonderful question. So, even Maharaj and me, we discussed this when he came to Puri. You were there? No, you were not there. He was talking about Indradas Prabhu. Indradas Prabhu openly said that he had felt attraction to Ananga Manjari's camp.
Yes.
So Maharaj asked me, what is...
Your interest.
So actually, as you must be knowing, there are 64 Mahantas in Gaur Leela, which are corresponding to 64 Gopis in Krishna Leela, which are 8 Sakhis and each has 8 Manjaris.
Yes.
So there are 64 in Krishna Leela. So these become 64 Mahantas in Gaur Leela. So we have a light here? No.
Yes.
Back side, I think it's become very dark. Is it okay?
Yes.
Okay. So Lalita Sakhi's main servitor is Rupa Manjari, and Vishakha Sakhi's main servitor is Rati Manjari. That's Raghunath Das Goswami. Ananga Manjari is in the camp of Lalita Sakhi only. I have to check the list of the 64 Manjaris. But if I remember correctly, Ananga Manjari is not a leader of one of the Sakhis. I think she's in Lalita's camp. One of the 8 Manjaris of Lalita Sakhi. Along with Rupa Manjari.
Yes.
Because Ananga Manjari is the younger sister of Radharani. Yes. You know that. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur, if you read his Sharanagati songbook, in that there is a song known as Siddhi Lalsa.
Yes.
If you read Siddhi Lalsa, you will understand. I think it's also described in Navdeep Bhavataranga that he was sitting in Swanand Sukhad Kunj in Radha Kund, next to Radha Kund,
Yes.
and he heard Krishna's flute.
Yes.
At that time, he fully manifested his form as a Manjari, Navadasi. He called himself New Manjari, Navadasi. So, at that time, he was waiting for further guidance on how to approach Radharani in his Manjari Bhav. So, at that time, Ananga Manjari, she came. Because Ananga Manjari is like the commander of Radha Kund. In one way, like Raghunath Das Goswami is in this Gaur Leela. In Krishna's Leela, Ananga Manjari is like, because her groove is right in the center of Radha Kund, 16 petal lotus, and Radha and Krishna have to go there after taking bath in Radha Kund every day. So Ananga Manjari is
especially Radha Kund.
Yes.
Sri Ananga Manjari is having a very chief position because Radha Kund is being right in the center.
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
And Radha Kund's Leela are the highest Leelas where the Manjaris experience the highest happiness. Because in Radha Kund's Leela, even Sadhana Siddha Gopis are not allowed. You know that? Sadhana Siddha Gopis, even after we become Siddhas, if we become Siddhas by sadhana, it will be very difficult even in the Nitya Leela for us to witness Radha Kund's pastime unless one has a connection with one of the very deep connection with the Nitya Siddha Manjaris. In the Rasa Leela in the night in Vamshivata and in Vrindavan Vamshivata, in that Bhandirvan Vamshivata, and in Govardhan, that Sham Kutir, wherever the Rasa Leela is occurring, there are different 8 yoga pitas where the Rasa Leela is occurring. So wherever this is occurring, Sadhana Siddha Gopis are allowed there. In all kinds of Rishicharis, Municharis, they also left their bodies during the Rasa Leela. So, but Radha Kunda's Leela, only the highest are allowed, because Radha and Krishna are experienced the highest Parkiya Bhav there. I mean the Adiruddha, Madanakya Mahabhav and the Manjaris. So even after being a Siddha, I mean Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj are not, Radha Kund is not approachable to even Yashoda, because she is on the level of Anuraga, and then the Gopis are in Bhav and Radha is in Mahabhav. Like there are 7 levels of Prema. When Yashoda goes up to Anurag only, she can't go up to Bhav and Mahabhav in the 7 levels. Because after Radha in Madhurya, Yashoda is the greatest devotee of Lord Krishna. In Yashoda's Prema is even higher than Nanda Maharaj's Prema. Yashoda is the highest in Vatsalya. Nobody can ever cross her. So
Ananga Manjari being
yes.
special position.
So Ananga Manjari's special position is that Bhaktivinoda Thakur was approached by Ananga Manjari. She lifted her hand and she took Kamala Manjari. 12.5-year-old Gopi, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is Kamala Manjari. And her dress is full of stars, Taravali. And so I think Ananga Manjari may be the Yutheshwari. Bhaktivinoda Thakur has not told this directly. Because in Manjari's camp also there is Upa Manjari, there are further groups.
Yes.
Like 8 Manjaris have to Sakhis, like each Manjari has further 8 Upa Manjari. I mean that's how we are going to join that Leela. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur is in the camp of Ananga Manjari.
Yes.
And Ananga Manjari is in the camp of Rupa Manjari.
Okay.
So
That's the connection.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what happened is Ananga Manjari, she took her Bhaktivinoda Thakur's hand and she took her, Kamala Manjari, and took her to Rupa Manjari. And Rupa Manjari, very happy and very pleased to see Kamala Manjari, she took her to Lalita Sakhi.
Yes.
And Lalita was very happy. Lalita introduced her to Radharani.
Sure.
And he had direct audience of the Lord in his Siddha Deha. So that is what he experienced in Swananda Sukhad Kunja. I think it's one of the most riverable places in our Dhara, that Swananda Sukhad Kunja place in Radha Kund, where Bhaktivinoda Thakur, backside is Vrishabhanu Kund, and other places are there.
Swananda Sukhad Kunj in
Radha Kund.
where the photographs of Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur.
Yeah. It is such a riverable place that Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati said, I am not qualified to stay here. I will stay in Govardhan and I will come and serve here. I will clean this Swananda Sukhad Kunj.
Yes. I felt their presence very strong.
Yeah, yes.
When I went there, both the acharyas, son and father,
yeah.
I felt them very strong.
Yes. So,
just like how we say,
and because
yes.
Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, this is very confidential,
Yes.
of course it's being recorded, but Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati being Nayana Mani Manjari,
Yes.
he is not in the camp of Kamala Manjari. That is why Bhaktivinoda Thakur told him to take Diksha from Gaur Kishore Das Bhavat. Because he is in the camp of Gaur Kishore Das Babaji.
So, who's the Yutheshwari, leader?
Gaur Kishore Das Babaji is described as Gunu Manjari,
Yes.
but Gopal Bhatta Goswami is also described as Gunu Manjari.
Yes.
So Gaur Kishore Das Babaji has another spiritual form. So obviously they are in that group, and I cannot say further because there is no praman for all this,
Yes.
and I can't.
Yes.
Should not.
Yes. Yes.
So, but Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Siddhadeha we know as Nayana Mani Manjari. Nayana Manjari.
And he's not in the same camp as Bhaktivinoda.
Yeah, of course they are.
Of course they are interlinked.
Yeah, he is his guru and his. Because these Siddha Purushas, they know the Siddha Deha of the disciples. So they, even if they approach for Diksha, they will guide him to his direct Yutheshwari, to direct his group leader to take Diksha.
But as a father, he could have initiated his son. That's what
Yeah,
you're saying?
yes. And he is Kamala Manjari, obviously he was qualified to initiate his son. Of course, he sent him in the pretext that he is illiterate, you will not become proud, you are very learned scholar. But there is an esoteric reason also. Just like Gadadhar accepted from Pundarik Vidyanidhi, who is Vrishabhan. There is a connection in the Nitya Leela, that connection is repeated in the...
And that is respected here.
Yeah,
On display.
yes. And Srinivas Acharya, he was searching for his Gurudev, and Jiva Goswami said, I will not give you, you have to go to Gopal Bhatta Goswami. Because Gopal Bhatta Goswami, Srinivas Acharya is, I think, Mani Manjari. Yes. So he is in the camp of Guna Manjari, Gopal Bhatta Goswami. So Jiva Goswami did not give, I think it's Lavang Manjari. So, your questions brought this out. Nobody asked me this type of questions, so I don't give this type of answers.
Just a small question.
Is this related?
It's related.
Okay.
It's like we say, Yatha Yatha Gaur Padara Vinde.
Ah.
Vinde de Bhakti Katam.
Yes.
Remembrance of Gaura and worship to him will bring about the love for Srimati Radha.
Yes.
It's the same for Nityananda and Ananga Manjari. Yatha Yatha Nityananda Padara Vinde.
Yes. And this is the second part of your question, how to connect Nityananda Prabhu with...
Yes. Or should we connect?
In Chaitanya Bhagavat, because Vrindavan Das Thakur is in Sakhya Bhav, so he brought about the Sakhya Bhav of Nityananda Prabhu. But if you read उनको पिकअप करना है जरा म्यूट बट okay.
I've lost Bharat Bhai.
Okay, now you know the way. Yes. So but in Chaitanya Charitamrita there are special places, if you read very carefully, one will see that when Gaura is relishing Madhurya Bhav, Nitai is standing at a distance, folding his hands, and Nityananda Prabhu is appreciating that Madhurya Bhav. He does not participate in that Madhurya Bhav, but he has a full understanding, he has a full relish of that Madhurya Bhav. So that is why Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya also confirms Nityananda Prabhu among his 108 names. He says Radhika mantra do vibhu.
Yes.
Radhika mantra.
That's-
Yeah. So Nitai actually gives Radha's mantra. There are some Babajis and some Sahajiyas who feel, or even among our, Gaudiya Vaishnavas, among our Dhara, they feel that Nityananda Prabhu cannot give us Madhurya. But that is totally contradictory to Narottam Das Thakur's statement. Narottam Das Thakur says, Heno Nitai Vine
Radha Krishna
Paite Nai. So, Nitaira Karuna Habe Braje Radha Krishna Pabe. And even Krishnadas Kaviraj, he is a Manjari. He attained Radha Krishna because of Nityananda Prabhu's direction in Chaitanya Charitam.
But even in the form of Balarama, he can give all the.
Yes, exactly, yes. He will not participate, but he can send other souls into Madhurya.
In the Madhurya.
And he himself, this is also it's a very internal realization of mine. It is not described in any scriptures.
Yes.
But he appreciates and he relishes Madhurya from far via his consort Janva, who is Ananga, Manjari. So when Janva comes to Nitai, and when Janva and Nitai are together, Nityananda Prabhu gets a glimpse into Madhurya via Janva. He is in other places. He is there in Shantaras. He is the Dham itself. He is Sandhini Shakti. He is Balaram Nityananda. In the form of the Lord's clothes in Shanta Bhav, he is always there. In Dasya Bhav, he is there. In Sakya Bhav, he is the Sakha, of Krishna and Gauranga. And
He gets
in
connected to
Vatsalya.
Janma only the later part of the life.
That is here. In his Bhauma.
In Prakat Leela.
In Bhauma Leela. But in the Nitya Leela, they are never separated. They are together in the divine Yoga Pit in Eka Chakra. Janva and Vasudha are standing beside him. And he is eternally relishing that. In fact, Janva and Vasudha, they stay in Navadvip also. Leela. When Gaura is with Vishnu Priya and Lakshmi Priya, Nitai is with Janva and Vasudha. Eternally in Navadvip Leela. So Nityananda Prabhu is relishing Janva. He is appreciating the Madhurya Leela via Janva. It is like he has entered into Madhurya in the form of Janva. So why, when you say Janva Pad Chhaya Jara Ash Bhaktivinoda, writes Janva Nitai are the perfect combination. Because by Nitai's mercy you can enter into Madhurya, and by Janva's mercy you can enter into Manjari Bhav. You see?
Prabhu, straight, right, left?
Straight. Take a from this one.
Fly over. Yes.
So you see the relevance that if you meditate on Janva Nitai, nothing is inaccessible to you. Everything becomes accessible. Because Nitai removes your anarthas and clears your heart.
Yes.
That is the job of Nityananda. Manjaris will not do it for you.
Yes. So that is Nityananda Nam function.
Yes.
In one sense, the mercy
Yes.
that he removes all that is what is unwanted
Yes.
to achieve the higher status.
Yes. And then Janva, then we can relish the further. It depends on the rasa of the jiva, of course. If the jiva can go only up to that level where the rasa takes him. Beyond the rasa of the jiva cannot go beyond that.
Maharaj, that is natural, right? That's automatic.
Automatic.
It's a matter of revelation.
Yes.
It's not a matter of aspiration.
Yeah. The aspiration will only be there.
If it's
Yeah.
there.
If it is there. Otherwise the jiva will not aspire. Like the Gopakumar never aspired to be a gopi. He always aspired to be a gopa right from the beginning. In Brihad Bhagavatamrita. So so that is the connection, and that is why this other mantra, which is if on higher levels, if one wants to go, I mean as a japa mantra only,
Yes.
is this Klim Deva Janvi Vallabhaya Swaha. It's a 12-syllable mantra mentioned in the Brahmanda Puran. It is Sarvatraiva Manohara. It's a very attractive mantra, very beautiful, very sublime. And it's not given publicly because it's a beach. Klim beach is there, Ananga beach.
Yes. Why
But
should be chanted on the thread or should be on the
it can be chanted on the beads also, on the thread also.
Okay.
I mean that's chanted on the. It can be chanted in any way, but
Okay.
not audible. I mean not other.
not audible.
Can be chanted softly, but not publicly. So Klim Deva Janvi Vallabhaya Swaha.
Because he told me before initiating, he said he wanted Nityananda to enter his heart. And he said, before giving me my second.
Okay.
And he never decided that.
Yes. Klim Deva Janvi Vallabhaya Swaha. It's and Nitai's Bij mantra is something which can be spoken also. I mean, not given publicly, but it can be spoken because Nityananda, as you know, is all merciful. And when you mention Janva's name in the mantra, Nitai jumps like literally. Nityananda Prabhu becomes very, very excited, very happy, very blissful. Just like when you say Ra, Krishna becomes full with concentration. When you say Dha, Krishna is Dhavyamanam, he starts running.
Yes.
So, similarly, Janva's name, when it is added, then Nityananda becomes very. And because Janva is giving him the connection to Madhurya, so I mean via Janva is his expansion only. So Janva's name is but Nityananda's naam is a very most merciful naam, and just by Nityananda, even I mean Janva is also there in Nityananda's name itself.
Yes.
Everything is there also.
Yes.
So
Then you got to change this.
Okay. Okay.
so is that okay? Over?
Yes.